welcome back for on episode 12 with Dr. Marc Mallat. This episode is something it's something extraordinary, may I say, because we are digging deep more into the state of mind and the human mind with Dr. Marc. And I had the privilege and the honor to be having this episode with him today, especially for you guys to تستفيدوا قد ما فيكم, gain as much value, especially in the times of hardship that we're passing through right now. So this is a time where we should stand side by side, try to use our expertise by giving them to the people in need. Dr. Mark, I would first of all thank you so much for joining me here on that episode.
Thank you, Miguel. It's a pleasure being here. Just call me Mark. That's okay. That's fine.
Mark, it is. I would like from you, Mark, please, if you can give the audience a brief summary about yourself, your background, what you do, uh, so we can directly get on onto the episode.
So I used to be a corporate trainer in the region, the Middle East, even some places in the States. And I had many companies I trained, and people used to come up to me and say, Mark, okay, this is fine, but how do I get rid of fear? How do I get rid of anger, guilt? I have a fear of a commitment. I have a fear in front of the client, etc., etc. So I decided to become a therapist. I became a hypnotherapist many decades ago. And then I delved into breath work. I delved into all sorts of modalities. You name it, I've probably done it. And from there, I went to the jungle, the Amazon jungle in Peru, and I worked with Christian healers,
Mm-hmm.
actually Christian shamans, with plant medicine and without plant medicine. And I discovered a lot about myself. I discovered a lot about the cosmos. So I've had many teachers. I had a mentor, a couple of mentors for many years as well. And I became what we call a transpersonal psychotherapist. So uh,
That's a
transpersonal
big
is just
word. That's a
yeah,
really big
it's a
word.
big word. It's just a fancy word that means spiritual healer, spiritual therapist, shaman, whatever. You know, it's semantics. I don't worry about the names and labels. I just do my thing. So
Yeah.
you can call me a therapist, a healer. Some people call me a mystic healer. Some people call me a modern priest. All sorts of words out there. I just uh, I just work with the psyche, the new cartography of the psyche, and of course we're multi-dimensional beings, and I think a lot of people are waking up to this. So um, basically, what we do is get insights and bring energy healing from other dimensions, if you want to call it. Einstein talked about that, to solve
Right.
problems we have here and now. Everything's in the here and now anyway, but to solve problems we cannot solve with our thinking or reason.
Beautiful. Um, as you know, Mark, I think you're also facing that situation here over in Lebanon, and I mean all over the Middle East. Things has not been okay, and it's and you know more than I do. Your brain is a weapon, and your brain is the most the strongest machine in your whole system. And if you're able to utilize it properly, do you agree with what I say? What do you
Well, I would
think?
I would say that the heart is probably our best tool. But again, of
Okay.
course, thinking, the mind, it can be a tool and it can be an enemy. The egoic mind is our enemy, by the way. It's the biggest obstacle um, to humanity right now. It's the egoic mind, by the way. So we can talk about that a little bit. Yeah, sure.
Of course. So therefore, I want I mean, not only me, I mean, sorry, not only the people, but حتى أنا كمان, I would like to know a bit of information throughout this episode from you on how we can utilize our state of mind in a proper and positive attitude, in a positive manner. So, in your opinion, Mark, when life gets overwhelming, all right, what's the first mental shift someone needs to make, right, to avoid into stepping on in negativity?
Yeah, great question. Let's start from the beginning, the basics. You mentioned attitude. Attitude is everything. Success is 80% attitude, only 20% strategy. So what I
Mm.
say usually is your attitude determines whether you're living life or whether life is living you. Your attitude
Wow.
also determines whether you're on the way or in the way. When I say on the way to a higher consciousness, toward wholeness, if you want, moving towards wholeness. So your attitude actually determines that, and you can choose your attitude. Yes, you can. Believe it or not, you can train just like you train your muscles or heart. You can train your attitude to have a better, more positive attitude. It just requires a little bit of training. It's not that difficult. No
And
matter
how
what.
can you how can you train it in your opinion?
Well, first of all, we need to stop the criticism, judgment, blame, the blame game, taking things personally, because everything happens for a reason that serves us. So whether you break
Right.
your leg on a bicycle, say thank you, God, because the point is it's happening for a reason. And I won't go too much into spirituality because people don't like that in general, but just it's a knowing for me that everything that happens to you happens for a reason that serves you. In Arabic, they say, "La takrahu shay'an la'allahu khayran lakum." So, I really believe in that because I've been through the dark nights of the soul myself many, many times, been through hell and back, like they say. And now I have a more positive attitude in the middle of a crisis like today or every day in Beirut. The way I think about it is that this is where the action is. And in the jungle, they teach you and train you not to fear death, physical death, because after you
Mm-hmm.
die physically, you're bathing in love. So, it's not that scary once you die psycho spiritually. You really think you're dying physically. You do that a couple of hundred times, then you say, okay, I'm cool with this. So it's a matter of
Wow.
training and conditioning. It's a matter of, empowering beliefs that you can adopt instead of the beliefs that our culture has, conditioned us with. So again, your attitude is everything. And again, even
Right.
when I still do trainings for businesses, and the truth is, it's always the same thing. Your attitude determines your success. 80% of it, at least. And I think many trainers and many healers and therapists agree with me on that.
Mark, if you don't mind, can you take us back to that dark dark
Night
dark
of the
spiritual
soul.
phase that you faced. I would like really to know what was كيف كانت هالتجربة شو هي هالتجربة وشو علمتك هالتجربة أصلا.
Yeah, well, a lot of people have been through it lately. My wife of 19 years died, and then my father died, and then I lost all my money. In the banks here, they took away or not giving us our money. I had a six artery bypass heart attack. I died, then I came back. And there's a whole list of things. I don't want to go through it too much because I'm over that. But
Yes,
I'll
of
tell
course.
you honestly, in front of people and in public, that I didn't want to live anymore. I didn't have anything to live for. Then, one day I woke up, I couldn't sleep. I'm around 90 kilos now, but I was, I don't know, 60 kilos back then. And I couldn't sleep because, they had torn some ligaments in my shoulder while operating. And, it's a whole, well, it's a big story. It's a long story. But to make a story short, I woke up one day and I couldn't sleep. I was sleeping like this on the chair. I couldn't lie on my side. I couldn't move. They were giving me morphine. It didn't help with the pain. But one day I finally slept maybe 2, 3 hours. I didn't sleep for months. And then I woke up on a chair because I couldn't sleep in bed. I woke up in a chair and I thought I was in heaven because I felt so peaceful and I felt this divine presence. And I said, I was touching myself, saying, am I here or am I in what we call heaven? Am I dead or what? And then I found out I was not dead. And I got a message in this year actually that I should start teaching presence, capital P. So the power of now, Eckhart Tolle talks a lot about presence. There are many, many teachers that talk about presence.
Mhm.
Jesus talked about presence. Buddha talked about presence. There are many stories, many books out there on presence, but a lot of people are not going deeper into it to really understand it. And
What was one initiative that you took, Mark, to for you to actually surpass that phase?
well, you see, your attitude or your state of mind is determined by three things in general: what you focus on, the meaning you give the situation or the meaning you give to life, and your physiology, whether you're feeling good, upbeat, whether you're working out and all that. But I focus a lot more on focus and the meaning we give situations.
Mm.
So I was obliged and forced to change my focus, and you can use your willpower to guide your focus, your attention and intention, they say. So I focused on gratitude. Gratitude and forgiveness are antidotes for all these negativities or criticism, judge, blame, even pain. Sufferings of the mind, but pain is unavoidable, they say. So I studied this and I practiced it, and I found out that yes, you don't need to suffer. Now, pain is unavoidable in life, in my opinion, but we can deal with pain. But it's the suffering that's that's hard. And suffering comes of the mind, and the egoic mind goes in four directions only: to the future. We make up stories about ourselves. We tell ourselves stories about the future. We have beliefs and judgments
Yes.
uh, about the future. We have beliefs and judgments and stories we tell ourselves about the past, about others or other situations or whatever, and ourselves. So it's like a cross. The egoic
Mm.
mind goes into those four directions, which is called overthinking, and it's pure, pure anxiety. قلق بالعربي. In Arabic, they call it قلق. It's pure anxiety. You really don't need pills. I know the doctors are not going to be happy about this, but the truth is, I have many clients that come to me that get wean off the pills, anxiety and depression pills, just by using this concept I call presence, that many, many conscious people have called presence. And I actually had to use it to survive. I would not be alive today if I had not gotten into this. So I consider it a benediction, narmi in Arabic. I consider it a privilege to talk about this, and I give many presentations and conferences on presence all the time. But it's misunderstood. When you say
Right.
presence, actually the divine in you, the presence of God in you. God is not
Mm.
outside sitting on a tree judging you. God is within us, omnipresent everywhere. So when you say presence, we're talking about the presence of the divine in you. Okay,
Beautiful.
so it's simply it can be explained a lot more, but once you try it out and you practice and practice, you're going to see how you're going to change, how your attitude changes, how you become cool, calm, and centered in the middle of chaos, in the middle of the bombing. There's still bombing around us here. I kind of got used to it.
Yeah.
Of
That's the
course, I get
thing.
startled. I get startled when it's very close. But again, it's about all fears are derived from the fear of dying physically, and of course, we are eternal, right? So
Yeah.
that's basically it. But I've been through a lot of tough times, like a lot of people, It's just
No,
that I chose to see it as a blessing.
exactly. But the thing that you said last, you consider it as a blessing. I think that's the mindset that every individual should have, as that's called power, in my opinion.
Personal power, I agree. And you can reprogram your attitude. See, people think you cannot. You can actually choose your attitude.
Hundred
All you have to
percent.
do is, yeah, choose what you focus on. The bad always is always there, and the good is always there. But
Right.
choose to focus on the positive. It doesn't mean you're ignoring, what's happening. I'm not asking you to be stupid. I'm asking you to be intelligent and refocus on the positive. It's
Mm-hmm.
just that simple. And give life meanings that are, higher beliefs, that are spiritual beliefs, because the strongest people on the face of the planet are people who have faith.
Do you think, in your opinion, do you think, in your opinion, Mark, uh, people tend to like I think, in my, because what I saw, or from my experience, or I don't know, people I usually know from people that I know also. I don't know why people sometimes, or individuals, just feel the adrenaline rush when it comes to toxicity. It's just, there's something that keeps them like in flames, it makes them wide awake. And I don't know why some people actually accept toxicity and makes, like, let's say, relationships, for example,
Yeah,
right? I mean, partners could fall in love properly, right, and actually exchange that type of emotion and feeling. But before that journey, or before that process of falling in love, in their minds, it's like, sometimes I'm not speaking all relationships. I mean, for whatever situation it is. But
yeah,
people usually, like, they tend to like this egoistic grab and go, pull and push type of thing. So why do you think humans tend to get ignited when something is trying for, like when they sense a challenge, let's say?
well, because we're conditioned that way. We're conditioned by our parents, we're conditioned by our culture, we're conditioned by our situations. It's just
Right.
that simple. But mindfulness, for example, learning to observe your thoughts, or learning to observe your emotions. You see, you are not your emotions, you are not your behaviors, even you're not your thoughts. You are the awareness that is
Exactly.
aware of your thoughts and emotions. Now, this we call mindfulness. Mindfulness is the door, but presence is what you find behind the door. It's deeper.
Mm.
It's probably more spiritual. You can call it spiritual. So, yeah, people are conditioned by their environment, of course. Now, what I say usually in my trainings is that, the quality of the fruits are determined by the quality of the roots. And the roots are judgment, criticism, and the trunk of the tree is blame and taking things personally. Now, if you really, really know and feel in your heart that everything happens for a reason that serves you, who cares
Yes.
what happens, basically. And once you're trained, how to die, you're not afraid of death, physical death, you're a lot stronger. You're a lot stronger. Once you know you're eternal, we are eternal beings, spiritual beings first and foremost, living in a body on planet Earth, most of us. Okay, why? To remember, remember that we're part of God, and to remember to manifest our divinity. Now, these
Mm-hmm.
things I've had so many teachers, we all agree on this. The mystics agree. It's the religious people that usually fight amongst themselves. But I'm
True.
not going to go
Very
into
true.
politics. I'm not going to go into politics. But mystics don't fight.
Yes.
We agree on the basics. You know.
Hala,
So
in your opinion, in your opinion, Mark, how much of our daily thinking, okay, or before, let's just define for the audience here watching us, or the people that will be watching the recording in the future, what is the unconscious and what is the conscious mind?
well, okay.
And
Usually,
let's say, like you're teaching a grade one student, let's say 101.
yeah, as a clinical hypnotist, before I became a transpersonal psychotherapist, I was a clinical hypnotist. And the French usually divide the psyche into conscious and unconscious. And my
Mm.
school divide the psyche into conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. Now, the
Mm-hmm.
conscious contains willpower, you know, the analytical skills, reason, or common sense. And common sense is not that common, right? and the temporary memory, which is what's my phone number, where did I park my car, what's my father's name or whatever. This is the will. This is sorry, the conscious mind. It's not that powerful or meaningful compared to the subconscious mind. Now, your
Right.
subconscious mind is actually your soul. Many people believe that the subconscious, and I'm one of them, is the subconscious is your soul, and it's activated by the imaginal. In Arabic, التخيل مش الخيال.
Hmm.
So in the subconscious, yeah, we have we have the permanent memory. We have all the emotions: fear, anger, guilt, stress, sadness, loneliness, boredom, beliefs, your belief system, all your habits. Uh, we also have the protective factor. All this is in the subconscious mind. And by activating the subconscious mind, we can go and feel our multidimensionality, if you want. Now, the unconscious mind comprises the immune system and the autonomous nervous system, which controls our heartbeats, the temperature of the body, your eyelids blinking, and this and that. So that's the
You see that trauma is stored in the unconscious mind,
subconscious, yes. All emotions
subconscious.
are the subconscious, yes.
And
Traumas.
as someone, if someone wants to heal from their past or from these traumas, they should be entering their subconscious mind to do so.
Well, yeah, it's a lot easier than talking to the
Of
conscious
course.
mind, which is talk therapy. Talk therapy is not very effective, but once you
Hmm.
activate the subconscious through breath work or through hypnosis or through plant medicine, whatever, or psychedelic therapy, it's a lot more effective, trust me, and a lot more rapid. Okay, so yes, definitely, we're all healers. It's just that some people have not activated that. And again, all healing is self-healing. All therapy is self-therapy. Hypnotherapy is self-hypnosis. All hypnosis is
Hmm.
self-hypnosis. We have that power, but they have not taught us in our culture to deal with this.
Hmm. For every person that thinks therapy is wrong, or therapy is like taboo. انه لا عيب، ليش انا بدي اروح اتحكم عند ثيرابيست مثلا، او ليه شو بني فيني انا مني لحالي احكم حالي، لا حدا بده يحكمني.
Yeah.
What would you tell that individual who is actually going through a rough mental state of mind, and he or she is not actually able to fix herself or himself and
We
needs
all
help?
have a blind spot, Miguel. We all have blind spots, so we need guidance and support. And remember, the most healing energy is love. Period. So all we
Mhm.
really need is love and support. We have an inner healer. You can call your higher self, your full potential self, your divine self. If I cut my finger, whether I need stitches or not, it's going to heal by itself. What healed that cut? We call it the inner healer or your higher self. It's the same thing with the psyche. Your psyche is
Right.
healed just like your finger that's cut is being healed. So it's not that difficult, honestly. It's just that I've been doing this for decades now, and I've been tested and tested again and again by life and people, and it's just a matter of practice, in my opinion. It's a
Hmm.
matter of getting rid of those limiting beliefs and adopting new powerful beliefs. It's like going to the store, a belief store, and buying a belief and conditioning it. وبتترسخ بالعقل الباطني وبتصير حقيقة ملموسة على الأرض. So basically, I think that the biggest obstacle is the egoic mind, which is overthinking, and the limiting beliefs, of course. This is what I'm seeing mostly with my patients and clients.
It's
And
insane. I'll tell you that, Mark, especially personally. بهالفترة overthinking just kills the individual in a way that makes you feel that you're paralyzed. Uh, and I know I've okay, thankful enough. First of all, credits to Patrick, may I say, for putting us in contact. Thank you,
thank
Patrick,
you.
again for making this happen. I appreciate it, and Badia also for doing this beautiful community. Hopefully, I'll see you guys face to face. Would have the pleasure to. Moving on, Mark.
Yeah.
Overthinking kills a person from the inside out. how can you stop this overthinking and this rush of thoughts that you keep on getting, which are sometimes just not true?
Well, yeah, the egoic mind is going to pull you into density again, and it feeds off of fear. The ego feeds. We don't want to kill the ego. We want a balanced ego, by the way. So you can have an under or inferior ego or superior ego. The superior ego is, yeah, بتعرف مع مين عم تحكي الفرد على جنبي متقلني, that type of thing. And then you
uh,
have inferior ego, which is they're always complaining about something. They're playing the victim all the time, no, 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 complaining. You want to balance all of that. You want to balance and
mhm.
really find out who you really are, capital A. And again, we're spiritual beings first and foremost, living here for a reason. Okay. Now, how would I do that? I personally feel the vibrations in my hands. These vibrations are the aliveness of your cells. It's what gives your body life, الحياة.
حلو.
Or I would be a piece of dead meat, right? I'd be a shafit shawarma, like they say in Arabic. But what is animating? What is animating my body? It's actually life force, prana, chi, kai, whatever you want to call it. I call it your full potential, higher self, the divine in you. So when I'm focusing on my vibrations that I'm feeling right now in my hand and my body, because I'm used to doing that, and I can train people to do
Nice.
that, I will make better decisions, and I will make less decisions from my egoic mind and more decisions from my consciousness, my conscious mind. Uh,
Mm.
Using the intuition is important. I had a mentor a long time ago that used to tell me, Mark, I want you to understand this one thing. I said, what is it? What is it? He said, the dance of life is equal to your intuition plus logic. It's not only the logic. Logic plus intuition gives you the dance of life if you want to dance through life. So that, really, I embrace that. And, doing what I do helps me do that more. And of course, seeing all the suffering around us, it's not necessary to suffer. If you change your limiting beliefs, no matter what, no money, being alone, we're never alone, but no people around you, no family, no money. I mean, it's not a huge deal. Even if you're
Mm.
dying of some disease, death is actually a great thing. It's a
Wow.
it's a transformation, like a butterfly transforms. The cocoon transforms into the butterfly. But the thing is, it's called experiential knowledge. You need to experience death to understand it. Some people have near-death experiences, they get it. I had one of those. But you can actually train to die better, or to train to get rid of the fear of dying physically.
Oh, are you scared? Are you scared of death, Mark?
It's a big question. I've died many times psycho-spiritually. And of course, I can tell you one thing, the fear has lessened. Now, I don't know, we'll see. When I'm dying, I'll give you a call and let you know.
بعد الشر، بعد
I
الشر من
don't feel
قلبك.
it. No, it's okay. It's okay. Death is nothing again. They're just tuning into another dial. You know, I talked to my wife that's been dead for 2 years and a half, 3 years now, and other people. So yeah, we're all mediums. We just don't know how powerful we are. We are multi-dimensional beings, my friends. We're just
Mm.
stuck in this little duality here, and we think this is it, and we think that time is a straight line. Heck no.
Mm-hmm.
I can
Mm-hmm.
prove this to you. It's going to take a little bit more than an hour.
Definitely. Mark, you have launched a book. Am I right?
Yeah, focused, fearless, and aware, which is exactly what we're talking about. I wrote it around 9, 10 years ago. Be focused, fearless, and aware, because of the
Nice.
experiences I
Why
had.
why why these three words?
Because to me, they're very meaningful. Focus.
Lovely.
The more
Mm-hmm.
you focus on the positive, the better you're going to feel. The more you train yourself to refocus your focus and focus on something positive, the stronger you are. Fearless, because all obstacles, the only obstacle is really fear. Let me ask you a question, Miguel. If you if you knew absolutely that you could not fail, what goal would you set for yourself? A huge goal, right?
Yes, of
Because you
course.
know you're not going to fail. So what the real obstacle is fear. Usually false evidence appearing real, FEAR, right? Let me ask you
Wow.
a question. Do you believe that there is something you can do today, tomorrow, after tomorrow to completely destroy your lives? Of course.
Hmm.
Do you believe that there's something you can do today, tomorrow, after tomorrow to better your lives? Of course.
Of
So
course.
why is it that so few people take so little action, my friend? Fear, fear, and fear, and the many types of fear: lack of confidence, low self-esteem, doubt, fear, anger,
Yes.
guilt, stress, sadness, loneliness, boredom, frustration, depression. All these are fear-based. This
Hmm.
is our biggest obstacle, and what the ego feeds on is fear.
Amazing. How can people actually read your book?
Well, it's on my website for free. They can download it. Read the third section first. Marc Mallat, MarcMallat.com. I have a couple of websites, but this one will take you to the book. You can just download it. I'm in Hazmi, surrounded by bombs, but the clinic is pretty safe. So,
You just I'm just astonished of the title of the book, because I mean these three words that you just stated, is if utilized properly, I guess we could become superheroes, as may I say.
well,
uh,
we're not using all of our potential. Let's put it that way. And awareness is everything. That's why I said be focused, fearless, and aware, because consciousness, awareness is everything. Your inner
100%.
world, yeah, is mirrored back into the real world. What you create or manifest, because we're all creators, we're all parts of God. What we're creating is what's really inside of us.
100%. Mark, if someone right now uh, feels like their mind is working against them, right?
Yeah.
Where do they even begin to regain control of their mind?
Well, if you're aware of it, you're in control already. See, if I'm aware that this thought that I had is not a powerful, loving thought, then if I'm aware of it, then that's it. It's going to lose its intensity. But if I'm
Hmm.
criticizing, judging, and blaming all the time, and I'm not aware, that I'm not my feelings or emotions. Emotions are are explosions of misunderstanding. Feelings are kind whispers from your higher self, I say. So if you're aware of your emotions, then that's a big step. That's mindfulness. And then from there, we can go into presence, which is even more powerful, in my opinion. But again, the most powerful and the strongest people on the planet are those people who believe in a higher power. Call it source, call it creator, all that is, call it absolute love, absolute consciousness, call it God, whatever you want to call it.
What do you think? What's the difference between emotions and feelings?
Again, emotions are explosions of misunderstanding, okay? And
All right.
feelings are kind whispers from your higher self. So an emotion would be fear, anger, guilt, stress, sadness, loneliness, boredom. Frustration is a secondary emotion, and depression is actually a tertiary emotion. But depression only means compression. Just go back into yourself, spend some time by yourself, and you can solve that. We've solved many types of depressions without taking drugs. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to increase your serotonin necessarily, or dopamine, or neurotransmitters with SS. These drugs, psychiatric drugs. I'm not saying they're not useful. They are. They have a part. They are useful to manage your daily lives until you learn how to take care of it by yourself. Okay, so I'm not bashing any doctor or anything. I'm just saying, yes, medicine is playing a big role. There's a part, but I think we're over medicating everybody here in our culture.
That's true. So what you were saying, that if people utilize drugs in an ethical manner, and when we say about drugs, what are we talking about?
Entheogens, psychedelics, drugs. No, I don't. I don't believe in drugs. I mean, alcohol to me is a drug. It's legal. That's strange, isn't it?
Right.
And it's
But
a
psychedelics, we're talking like what type? Let's say.
we're talking plant medicine. You need to go to check out the shamans. We have shamans all over the world, but in Peru they use ayahuasca, San Pedro, Vilca bobinsana. All these
Okay.
and they use in a very professional way. I'm not talking about the drugs you find on the streets here. This is
Of course, that's garbage in my opinion.
pure garbage. No, I'm against that. But I do get a lot of people with addictions, and we treat them with hypnotherapy and sometimes with plant medicine.
Beautiful. Uh, Mark, a couple of days ago, I encountered a situation with a person just in my neighborhood. He asked me one question, and this played the question played on repeat in my mind. He told me that my parents are always um, fighting due to the country stress, whether financial stress that's causing this clash between his parents, whether the environmental balad. He told me, why do I get uh, why when I do something wrong at home I get blamed for it من ورا أهلي, and I'm always the victim when I do something wrong, and at the end of the day I didn't even act hell action in the first place to actually be in the wrong side. So he was always he was trying to tell me that in my household I'm always being victimized. So how do
Yeah.
you think someone could actually exit this victim type of uh
Let him exit the house, first of all. You want to set boundaries, my friend. You have so many toxic people. Just set boundaries. Just set boundaries, and if you want to cut it off with somebody and say, look, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I love you, but, I'd rather not be with you. That's fine. You can set boundaries. Boundaries are important, especially if you're becoming more and more conscious every day in every way, like a lot of people are right now. Set boundaries. I've learned it the hard way, man. I had people I loved. I had to set boundaries because they're so toxic. Love
Mm.
yourself first. Love yourself first.
How can you love yourself?
Well, love yourself, period. Just accept yourself, accept that we are all equal on a spiritual level. Even
Hmm.
with the guys killing each other, we're all equal on a spiritual level. Now, on a human level, probably not. But I've been working on myself, doing the inner work for decades and decades since I can't remember anymore, since I was a kid, because I was forced to. It was just my path, my mission or vision, whatever. And what I'm doing here in this lifetime is just, supporting and helping people to work on themselves. I'm no, I'm no guru or anything like that. I'm just guiding people because maybe I've been through some things by myself that I've been lucky enough to overcome because of the great giants and teachers that I've had in my life. And if I'm any good, it's because I was standing on the shoulders of giants, like they say. Giant people. You have many, many conscious people in the world. Lebanon, there's a big split in our country. You have a lot of unconscious people, but you have a lot of conscious people as well.
Big time.
Yeah.
Can you explain, or may I say, if you could give one piece of advice for someone struggling mentally right now,
Yeah.
and she or he is lost in his let's say state of mind, what would that advice what's the main advice you would actually uh, give that?
Well, I would ask them to study presence. You have many books on presence. I would ask them to adopt this belief that you are the awareness that is aware of those thoughts and emotions. You are not your emotions and you're not your thoughts. You are the awareness that is aware of those emotions and thoughts. هيدي توعية الوعي بالعربي.
Mm,
So that's the best advice. That's what helped me a lot. Again, I don't think I'd be living physically now if I had not jumped like Obélix dans la marmite, like they say in French,
mm,
into this work.
amazing. Do you see yourself, do you see yourself fully healed as an individual from the inside out?
who's fully healed? كلنا منطوشين مني وجار يا أخي. You know what I'm saying is that, to me, what does that mean, healed? It's just moving towards wholeness until you become until you become this great consciousness, enlightened, they say, and then maybe
صح.
you can say you're healed. But I don't know, maybe if we're healed, we're not supposed to be in this dimension anymore. So, I can't answer that. Do I feel good? Yes. Do I feel good despite all the problems? And
If may I say, if do you feel at peace?
yes, that's actually what it is. It's not feeling good. It's just
Yeah,
feeling that inner peace. كله
exactly.
منيح. Tout va bien. All is
Tout va
good,
bien.
no matter what.
People usually they don't really like try to relate the relationship between the brain and the heart. And sometimes they use this alone, or sometimes they use this alone. But my question to you is, Mark, you think the mind and the heart move in parallel with each other?
So let me answer in a different way. We are going, as humanity is going from the ego based consciousness to a heart based consciousness. So
Mm.
there are phases. There are phases to becoming more enlightened. And of course, yeah, we're moving down from the brain into the heart,
Mm-hmm.
into presence, into consciousness, into higher values. هي القيم، القصة كلها قيم. And again, what breeds violence, what breeds war, what breeds evil is actually fear, because when you're fearful, you want to control things, you want
Right.
power, control, and that's what breeds evil.
Wow. It's when you're actually fearful of that thing, basically.
Yeah, fear, and it's the egoic mind, man. Everything that's
Mm.
happening here now, the wars and all that, it's all ego.
It's all ego. Very true. Very true. Because I mean, I don't think it comes from like confidence or trying to prove something. It's just
Let's be honest here. We can find peace. We can sit on a table and actually find peace, but they don't want to.
true.
I mean,
Uh,
at least so far. Now, that's kind of judging. I don't mean to judge, but I'm just saying, if we were more conscious as human beings, we wouldn't have these things happen.
and what do you think humans you think we're going to an even worse type of state of mind in the future, or you think things might actually improve
No,
as a
there's a
human
new
beings?
world. There's a new world coming on. Even the waves from the cosmos are different now. So yeah, definitely there are other parallel realities, like they say. Yeah. So you even have realities now where Earth is in peace. But again, I
Mm,
don't want to go too much into that because people are going to say, "Hey, the Mark ranna." The truth is, "ما رنيت أخي." I'm just being more open than usual by saying that in Arabic they say لازم تكبر قبل ما تصغر. It's going to get bigger before it gets better. This is
صح.
just my opinion. But again, I just wish that we had listened to all these great men and women who came before us, who were very conscious.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. I accept it. It is what it is. Period. Accept it.
If in your opinion, Mark, what are the most common mental patterns an individual should take to stay on a healthy state of mind, let's say. And
Again, I
if
would
presence, right?
exactly.
This is what we were mostly talking about. Okay. And uh, but I don't what I'm trying to see, that there is no specific like exact order or pattern someone should take depending on his or her situation.
Well, again, if you really know who you are, that you're a spiritual being first and foremost, if you really know in your heart, I'm not saying maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I'm talking about a knowing. I'm talking about experiential knowledge. When you know
Mm,
that, everything shifts. It's just that we don't know who we really are. We think that we are, yeah, whatever, an engineer with with a mom and a father, married and with kids, and that's it. We live and we die, and that's it. We go back to dust. No, we're spiritual beings first and foremost. Now, how do you experience that? Now, that's the key, because once you live it, once, twice, 100 times, 200 times, 400 times, then you're going to say, there's something here. I'm a multi-dimensional being. Well, yeah, wakey, wakey. You know what I mean?
True. I انت يعني because people usually past نحن كلبنانية قطعنا بكتير ظروف وقطعنا بظروف حتى بالماضي whether it's the war the civil war that happened and all of that, and even COVID when COVID hit, and the Beirut port explosion, and the economic crisis. وهلا الحرب يعني نحن we are عن جد fighters. We fight, and sometimes
We're
maybe we don't
resilient.
know how.
We are resilient as a people, of course. That's
Big
why
time.
I can live in the States. I can live in France and Paris. I can live anywhere. I have other nationalities, but I choose I choose to live here. Why? My friends keep telling me why. Well,
Exactly. I was about to ask you the question too.
well, I'll put it to you very easily. This is where the action is.
Yeah, this is where the suspense is.
You want action, man? You got action here.
It's insane, I'm telling you. In Lebanon, it's just so different, and the
It's like,
people are just always smiling. It's weird. I mean, people are just look at you. You're smiling now. Everybody is trying to find
you don't have
happiness in a
a choice.
way.
You don't have a choice anymore. You know what I tell my friends? I tell them, my foreign friends, and my friends here. I tell them Lebanon is like having a relationship with a crazy woman. You can't live
Yeah,
with her, you can't live without her, you can't shoot her. So, it's that's Lebanon, but you love
very
her.
true. And she's beautiful at the same time.
And crazy and beautiful.
Yeah, best combination. Uh, you think that the mental state of the human mind, if
You can
if
change,
hypnosis, sorry,
you can change your mental state. You can choose your mental state.
of course, but I was checking with you if hypnosis took place. Okay, if you were, let's say, you're performing a hypnosis therapy to somebody. Okay, what actually occurs, or what actually happens chemically, let's say, maybe in the brain?
We are in the state of hypnosis. The state of hypnosis is a heightened state of suggestibility. يعني بالعربي القدرة على قبول الاقتراح. So if I tell you you're a non-smoker now and you're in a state of hypnosis, you accept that suggestion. And it's not against any religion. Please, I'm tired of hearing this BS. Hypnosis has been accepted, hypnotherapy, for medical uses by the Pope. I don't know, Pius, I don't know, the 12th or 14th. So, still until today, I've been doing this for decades. People say, I mean, it's against our religion. No, it's not against our religion. Now, what happens is that we are hypnotized every day. We're hypnotized by the news. We're hypnotized
Mm,
by the marketing people advertising. We're hypnotized all the time by people who have power over us, by mom and dad when we're kids, by the culture. We're hypnotized all the time. Now, I refuse to be hypnotized by anybody. I want to be hypnotized by somebody who's going to give me suggestions that are powerful and loving. Okay. So again, you are in control in hypnosis. Don't think that you're not in control. Now, some people
love
have
that.
seen me on stage doing for fun, stage hypnosis, and this guy was barking like a dog. This guy was, like a chicken, clucking like a chicken. It's because they want to accept it. If they did not want to accept it, and if it were against their values, they would not be hypnotized.
Mm,
So are we hypnotized? Of course, we're conditioned and hypnotized by every day. We're conditioned and hypnotized. If you see a beautiful woman, you look at her, you're hypnotized. If you're watching a movie and you feel touched by the movie, you want to cry or you get angry, you've been hypnotized. It's a normal state.
Makes sense. Makes
Oh, I hope
sense. Relating to the examples you gave, in my opinion, makes sense. We are actually getting hypnotized
by the
daily.
news. By the news.
I'll add, and I think that's more than enough of hypnosis.
Oh, yeah,
صراحة.
but you can be hypnotized in a positive way as well.
True. This is why and I mean انه مين هن الاشخاص اللي بتشجعهم يعملوا hypnotherapy.
Anybody who has a problem, everybody. Everybody
Everybody.
can do better in hypnosis, in the state of hypnosis. It's them who are doing the work. I'm just a guide, and they are doing the work. I just guide them. So whether they want to stop smoking, get rid of an addiction to alcohol or coke or whatever addiction they might have, because we have a problem in Lebanon with addictions, then
Mhm.
hypnotherapy will help them tremendously, tremendously. Whether you want to be more successful, it will help you out. Whether you want to get rid of a limiting belief, if you have a broken heart because your wife left you or your husband left you or whatever, you can use hypnotherapy to overcome that. Hypnotherapy is very effective.
Lovely. Uh, Mark, we are reaching the end of our episode, but in every episode that I do with my guests, I usually have like a small game that I play with them.
Okay.
So basically, if we were in the studio, I would have pulled out a deck of cards, and you would have picked five cards from this deck. Uh,
Okay.
but unfortunately, we are. And it's not even unfortunate. It's fortunate that we have still met, yeah, حتى لو digitally. And we will. I will play it in a different way here.
All right.
I'm gonna like these. I'm gonna state five letters: A, B, C, D, and E. All right. You will pick three letters from that five letters. So A, B, C, D, and E. So you're gonna pick three letters from these five. I'm gonna
ABE.
ask you. Sorry.
ABE.
A, B, E. Perfect. So A, B, E. So here I prepared three questions that are a bit maybe personal, may I say? But that's used in a way to, first of all, make you feel present.
Okay.
And also allow the people that might be watching also maybe relate um, on the answers that you might be giving.
Okay.
All right. So you said you picked A, B, E.
Okay.
Okay. So question A states that. You ready?
I guess. Yeah.
So let's go back a bit in time where Mark was, let's say, 12 years old, young,
Oof.
really young. Uh, have you ever found yourself, or like 12 to 15, have you ever found yourself uh, lost, lost in life or lost in emotions, or not really?
Between 11 and 15?
تقريبا هالوقت يعني you're يعني how was your childhood, may I say, let's say.
Oh man, you want to really go into that now? It was tough, man. It was rough. It was, of course, I was lost. Of course, I was hurt. Of course, it's a long story. It's about, I don't know if I should talk about these very personal things, but
You may
my,
go you may go a bit broad with your answer, but I would appreciate if you would actually like share. I mean, you're free not to, of course, but it's nice if you would like to share like a personal
okay, fair
answer
enough.
with us.
I have courage. I have courage. I'll do it. My father kidnapped me from my mother when I was 7 and brought me to this crazy, lovely country where I grew up. So I had abandonment issues, of course. Does that answer your question?
Lovely. Per- I mean, look, I personally, the moment someone like opens up or the moment somebody like, talks about things that might be confidential, you know, I feel this is where true uh, the true
Human.
person comes. Exactly.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
have no. I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind.
we're on to question number two. هخفف الدوز.
لا
مش
لا
هعلي هالقد.
ما في مشكلة ما في مشكلة.
So A is done. Now it's letter B. The question states, Mark, um, were you ever been able to fall in love again after your wife has passed away?
Oh man, you're asking really personal questions, and the answer is yes.
Right. So you think people can, if you think individuals that might have maybe um, broke up maybe a relationship or
All right, so let's talk about that. In my opinion, you go into a relationship to trigger each other so you can overcome the triggers. And if you're with somebody that's conscious, then you can talk it out, communicate, and overcome the trigger. If you're not with
okay.
somebody conscious, then they'll probably hurt you and leave. But the point is, yeah, I've been in love many times in my life, and every time it's a lesson. Every
Definitely.
time it's a lesson.
Final question, Mark, and this would be how we're gonna conclude.
Well, it's not. It's more of something that I am as much as I can be. Capital B, I am capital A, and it has to be presence. It has to be presence. We are again spiritual beings first and foremost. So that's the most important thing to me now. No, I just appreciate the opportunity to speak my mind, speak my heart as well. And for those people who are suffering, there are solutions. And I don't know if they want, I can guide them a little bit, just like I guided myself and other people around the world. There's a way to feel good. There's a way to find inner peace, no matter what. Just give 'em my number. Sorry. Yeah, sure. On Instagram, it's Marc Mallat, MarcMallat. My number is 03308198. They can WhatsApp me on Instagram. They can DM me, whatever. I'm in Hazmi. I'm not going anywhere.
Gentlemen, I guess we have reached. I hope all of you have this valuable, informative episode. I mean, personally, I've learned a lot. And I guess I'm leaving. I'm leaving from that episode hypnotized by all that information given.
All right. No matter what. Thanks a million, Miguel. Much appreciated. Thank you. Same here. Same here, my friend. Take care now. Talk soon. Bye.